watching what happened in our city this past weekend was really hard. I was out of town, so I was not on the front lines, but a lot of my friends and colleagues and our students at UVA were.
Obviously, Friday night I was scared out of my mind. I saw images that I didn't think were ever going to be repeated in our country. As you can see, I'm African American. My niece is African American. I was very afraid for her safety. And I just couldn't believe that a school like UVA that has such an amazing reputation would have that kind of activity.
You know, it was a really scary day to be here, and it left me feel very, very, very raw and very, very afraid, but also less surprised than I wish I was.
Well, Friday, it looked like a bunch of young men, so was very worried that these were UVA students. But come Saturday, it became very clear that these were not students of UVA, that somebody had taken to social media to gather the worst of the worst that our country has to offer in one place.
When you bear witness to events like this that ended in such tragedy, like anywhere else in the country and the world, you do feel sympathy, you do feel a kinship with the people who are suffering as a result of those events. But when it happens in like the town where you spend 10 months out of the year, sometimes more, and you have a personal connection with the community and with the businesses around where the tragedy happened, it's a different feeling.
I didn't think I was going to go back out, and then I started checking Twitter, and I saw all the solidarity events. I mean, they had, I think, somewhere over 700 different solidarity events around the country, and I just kind of figured, you know, if people who aren't even from Charlottesville can show up, so can I.
It looks like we have about 5,000 students and members of the Charlottesville and Albemarle community that have come out tonight for this wonderful rebuking, a statement against the hatred that was on the lawn on Friday night. And it's hard not to be inspired when you look out and see this from the community.
This is a quote, actually. Our coworker, Tyler McGill, in the library, he spoke these words very loudly on the day that Jason Kessler wanted to have his press conference. Tyler was here on Friday night when the neo-Nazis marched from this spot to the rotunda and encircled a group of students there, and he was injured that day, and they think that that injury to his neck actually resulted in a stroke. He's currently in the hospital. He is really the hero that we wish that this city could live up to. So our thoughts are with Tyler, and I know that if he could be here tonight, he would definitely be here because he was right there through the entire weekend.
The response from the university has been absolutely amazing. On Friday night, I called in concern to the university. First thing Monday morning, we got a call back. We got an appointment with one of the deans. They talked about the measures that they're taking to ensure that the students are safe on campus. But everything that I've seen out of UVA and the students, the faculty, the staff, the administrators, every one of them has been about inclusiveness, about welcoming new people, open-mindedness, taking advantage of the diverse student body here.
This is the real University of Virginia. This is who we really are. We are peaceful, we're thoughtful, we're unbiased, we're diverse, and the caricature that the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists tried to foist off on us over the weekend, that's not who we are. So I'm proud of all the people who came out tonight. Good for them.
When I heard about this vigil, I thought it was an important sort of ritual to reclaim our space, to let anybody who would support or excuse that kind of hate know that this is our city and our university, and that we know that we have hundreds of years of history in which we haven't done the right thing, but that's not our future.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room? Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? You may shoot me with your words, You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing a gift that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.